like in panoramic view or something.
Yeah, at first I thought it was the Zoom link and stuff on there, but it's just like it's just gone crazy.
It does look like a funhouse camera, Mark. You're right.
But it's not. I mean, on my software, it looks normal. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Now let's see if it's.
Yeah, but with McCarthy, I think McCarthy does get too much grief, and I think this year,
Let's see.
you're going to see McCarthy stepping in just because you can't have a repeat of last year.
Okay, now it looks normal. Okay, cool. All right, let me change the title. Okay.
Stop making excuses as well. And he has the players. Our players were never saying that the stuff that, he's saying, don't talk about what the refs do. If you're doing what you need to do, it won't come down to the refs making, a bad call.
Can't do crap about what the refs are doing. Just do what you're supposed to do.
All right, so there we go. Okay, we got the regular. I don't know what happened on there. That was crazy. Because at first I had the feed from you guys in there, and I was seeing it was like a panoramic view, and it was just stuck on you, Stacy, and I was like, what is going on? It's like it's a fisheye camera or something. Okay, much better. All right, so hey, that wasn't me. I just cut it off and started all over again. So let's try that again. I know we had some more people that joined in here, and I've got different views of everybody here. Let me see. It's been so long since I've really done the chat here. Let me see. All right, Perry Carey, you were telling us, you were filling us in when I rudely interrupted us and all that. Your thoughts about keeping some of the players. See, my thing is, so many times we go through and we decide we can't live without a player. You know what I mean? That we always say, oh man, we can't let somebody else get this guy, and it ends up biting us in the ass. I'm trying to think of when we've made a big contract and it's panned out, and you looked and said, yeah, thank God we held on to that guy. We did that Jalen Smith. We did Miles Austin. You could talk about Marion Barber. You could look at Terrence New. I mean, you can go down the line. Des Bryant. It seems like whenever we do that, we pay him.
The only big name guy we've gotten that's paid off in my mind is Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the guy they want to get rid of.
And that's the guy they want to get on. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. And the one thing I don't like is we do have an embarrassment of riches, but I'm a firm believer. If you got a dog, feed your dog, period. Just because you got an embarrassment of riches, feed your dog. And then let everybody else fall in line. This going away from Amari Cooper, I played running back, cornerback, and free safety in high school. I would never go away from a dog like Amari Cooper. You would have to stop him before I would stop getting him the ball. My offense would run through Amari Cooper, but that's just me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, but because you got Amari, you're going to pay him that kind of money. You need to use him. I don't know that CeeDee Lamb is ready to be a number one. And if you're saying, oh, well, Michael Gallup's going to be back, how do you know he's going to be back? He just had the operation last week.
But here's what
and we've had so many guys that, they're going to be back, and they're not back ready. They're not back ready. You know, we went through, Zeke's healthy, and he's playing with a torn PCL all season. He was never healthy. And, D-Law, he's going to get his shoulder worked on. We're going to pay him a whole bunch of money. He'll be ready. He wasn't ready. And I'm sitting here looking at, and I get a whole lot of grief when I say, you got to let a guy walk. But D-Law, $27 million?
Cut him.
That's the cap hit. And my fix is get me a big fat guy in the middle. They're relatively expensive. Somebody who can stop the run, because you can look at it. We couldn't run the football and we couldn't stop the run. And that's the recipe for disaster. Get me a big guy that'll cost me $6-7 million. Just a big toilet clogger, right? I'll take some money, get me another linebacker, put Micah on the edge. You do that with the money you're paying D-Law. So which are you better, holding on to D-Law or getting a big man in the middle, putting Micah outside and getting a linebacker? That's what you got to look at.
Find me a Calais Campbell. Find me that guy.
Jerry won't pay for
Don't start on me with Calais. Don't start on me with Calais.
Jerry Jones don't believe in taking risks. He'll go out and
Jerry does. Steven doesn't. Steven controls that cap.
And then they'll throw the money away and get a no-name like Ty Nsekhe or something.
Yeah.
They won't even play.
Let me give a shout out to Alicia. What's up, Alicia?
We'd be in so much cap hell all the time. But Jerry would be going out making those trades.
Yep.
Steven's the one that's got his hands wrapped up. Right
well, Steven Jones always
they got a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but look what they gave up to get it. They have
got Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they have.
What they gave up.
But how long do they have those guys?
But here's the thing. But hold on. You know, everybody's like, oh man, they destroy because they don't have any draft picks. But see, they're living in the here and now, and what they quite frankly can do. And this should actually be the way you look at it. Right now, Cowboys are the most valuable franchise at, I think, $6 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Middle of the season, they came out with a report, and they said within 3 years that all teams will be worth at least $8 billion.
Wow.
Think about
that. It's coming from somewhere.
Okay, the salary cap during this COVID year, again, jumped from 186 to 209. You know all of the new money that's coming in because of gambling. You got Amazon that's, going to be doing Thursday nights, and they got enough money to pay Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and I guarantee you're going to see some better games on there. You're talking about games now, regular season in Mexico and Germany, okay? And the television contract that was just signed, none of that money's come in yet. That doesn't start really kicking in until next year and the year after. So you're going to see the salary cap, and there were some estimates before COVID that by 2027 the salary cap would be around $450 million. So you could say if you're the Rams, I could restructure everybody and kick it down the road a little bit further and try and hold on to people or go out and get some more players.
I wonder with Jerry's age and wanting that next one so bad, if in the next year or two we don't see Steven loosen up the pockets a little bit and go out and get some key acquisitions. Try to help Pops get that one last more.
That's what I was thinking. Let Jerry do Wildcat again.
You're going to own the team Sunday, Steven. You can be cheap then. Let's go.
Right.
Jonathan, unmute your mic. You finally got it together. How's it doing? And CJ Leonard, what's up? CJ, have you unmuted your mic?
What's up, Mark?
Yes, sir.
How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are and how you're doing today. Jessica, how you doing there, girl?
Doing good. CJ.
We're having a little discussion here. We're dissecting the body and trying to figure out if we got a chance next year, if anything's going to change, are we going to do business the same way or what?
I think you got to bring back some of that secondary help we had last year. Is it Curse that's the free agent?
Yes, you got to bring back Curse.
Got to bring him back. Got to bring him back.
And as much as everybody gives Anthony Brown a hard way to go, still he played well.
Okay.
He got quite. Okay, and to go ahead and just say, just get rid of him. Okay, all right. What you got that's better?
You really need Kelvin Joseph to step up.
Well, you need that, and you need Jabril Cox to step up as well. But to me, listen, your secondary is fine if you hold on to J.R. Curse and Anthony Brown. If you get the big man in the middle and you get another linebacker. Now, I know a team that's going to that's got major cap issues, worse than us. You know, we're crying about $21 million. New Orleans is $75 million over.
They are going to be selling and dumping.
Right. And you start looking at some of the guys on that defense,
I think they've already cut part of their secondary, haven't they already?
I actually haven't been paying attention, but, there's ones out there.
Cut like Williams, I think was his name.
Probably, yeah, they did cut him. Now, I tell you what, for me, and I said, okay, you mentioned Calais Campbell. I wanted us to go get Calais Campbell when he left the Cardinals because that would have been a guy that would have made a hell of a difference on that defensive line. But I also wanted to get DeMario Davis 4 years ago. DeMario has not missed a game in 4 years and has had at least 112 tackles every season, at least 4 sacks.
I think you're going to see New Orleans dump him.
Yeah, Now, I don't think he likes Jerry a whole lot, and I'm not sure Jerry would want him. But if you just think about this for a second. Okay, let's say you put him in the middle. Let's say you got yourself a big 350-pound run stuffer in the middle there, right? And you end up having probably Brent Urban will probably come back. I think they'll re-sign him, as 1-3 technique. And you have Gallimore as another 3 technique. And you put Michael on the edge. Because, see, if you got big guys in the middle that can bruise and hold up that offensive line, and then you get the speed of Micah Parsons on the outside, that could be a really scary front.
I think the biggest thing is you got to find somebody who'll collapse that pocket.
That's what I'm saying. And that's where you get a big bang for the buck. Edge rusher is going to be a boatload of money. And this is where I say Randy Gregory, he's in there between the $12 and $15 million range as a free agent. So, you've got 27 out there on D-Law. I'm taking that money. I'm going for my linebacker. I'm going for a nose guy. And I'm putting Micah on the outside. And the thing that I also was looking at today, if you look at the numbers for Dorrance Armstrong and Randy Gregory, Randy was the starter. Dorrance, spelled time. He had 5 sacks, only one less than Randy Gregory. And he actually had more tackles.
There's no offense that's scared of Dorrance Armstrong.
I understand that. But, see, if you get the big run stuffer. Oh, and the other thing is there's a lot of edge rushers in this draft, too.
Don't you put that juju out there. My boy's staying with the team, Marcus.
I'm just saying. Right now, look, time is getting short. Time is getting short. Everybody's like, oh, it's the offseason. It ain't the offseason. There is no such thing. The combine is the following week.
We've got too much time and personal effort put into Randy to just let him go and somebody else really benefits him being able to.
Okay, here we go. See, and see,
yep,
Stu,
I know, and I don't care.
You're part. I got paid all over. Sorry, from working the shop. Stu, you're one of the again. That's the problem we have. Everybody's scared if we lose. Oh, we can't lose that guy. We can't lose that guy.
Legs for his age. I'm
telling
Randy,
you.
damn it.
But see, look, you let Randy. No. But hold up. See, this is the problem. You hold on to Randy Gregory. And you pay him a whole bunch of money. He's going to have some stupid penalties. Maybe he's going to get injured and all that. And he's going to be 6-7 sack guy. And you're going to pay $15 million. Right? That's what's going to happen. Okay? That's what's going to happen. I'm sorry?
What about Bohannon?
I said, can we pay 10 for him?
You already.
You can try, but the funny. What I always find funny is everybody thinks that players want to work for free.
No, I'm not saying work for free. I'm just saying negotiate.
Well, yeah, but if I'm going to say, I'm going to put it to you. Okay, let me say this much to you. Hold up. Let me say this much to you. Sitting right there was Demario Davis when he was a free agent. The Jets had left him, and I said, Demario, how do you feel about the Jets? They drafted you originally. And all that, about being re-signed and all that. He said, you have to understand, I am an independent contractor. I get a 1099 at the end of the year, and I have to do the best for me. I only have a finite amount of time to make as much as I can to last the rest of my life. And we always look at it and say, well, he's not a team player. But when has the team ever said, you know what? You've been injured and all that, and we feel bad about it, but we're going to honor your whole contract. We're just going to give you all your money. We're going to do that because we're a team ownership. They don't.
I think our biggest issue this past year was.
Sorry, the only guy that let you was Andrew Luck.
That's about it. Yeah, but
our biggest issue last year was injuries.
And
we have got to find a conditioning coach that'll keep these guys conditioned for 18 games or an 18-week season with one bye.
Yeah.
I think we did good through the injury.
I think we got the conditioning coach. It wasn't the conditioning that was the issue. We lost a lot of guys
COVID too.
Injury, not conditioning. And there's a distinctive difference.
Injury and COVID.
We also lost a lot to COVID because you could look and say Maury missed basically 3 games because he was not in shape when he came back. And from the time he came back, you could see he kind of checked out. And I think that may be the reason why Jerry's talking about getting rid of him. And that's kind of the reason why the Colts are looking at getting rid of Andrew Luck because, you know, his stance on COVID and things. They're looking at it and saying, look, you needed to do this to help the team.
But Mark,
Mm-hmm.
that's throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Jerry needs to get over it. That's a personal decision. You're going to cut your nose off to spite your face. If you get rid of Amari, we're going to be in the same situation we were in before Amari came to the team.
This is like another Des Bryant situation.
Oh, yeah.
You got to keep him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Des Bryant's problem was Des Bryant was getting injured and stuff. You don't have, Amari has injuries, but he is still playing. So there's a big difference between the two of those guys. And the problem with this offense was they just went away from him. There were times where, he's not the focal point, and he has to be the focal point if you're going to pay him that much money. And that goes to play calling.
But do you remember when he made that remark about I'm open? They probably took it like, oh, he's trying to be, I'm trying to do a Des Bryant. That's how they took it. And then Kellen Moore kind of said, oh, there's other receivers. So I wonder if there's an issue going on with him and Kellen Moore.
And it's sad when a guy that doesn't talk has to talk.
Right.
That right there.
And remember what happened when he talked, he opened his mouth before. Remember with the other offensive, with Linehan, when Amari and Dak, changed the play because they knew it would work. And people feel threatened when you know more than they know, and you're supposed to be the teacher or the coach. They don't like that.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, I thought they said something like he checked out of 60-70% of the plays that were called.
Yeah.
Well, and whether CD is ready to be a 1 or not, you want to see CD more out of the slot. That's where he's most effective. You take Amari out of the picture, and you're counting on CD to go outside.
Right. And then when you start saying that Michael Gallup is a priority to sign, he's a number 3. And if you let Amari Cooper go.
Well, Michael's a one-trick pony.
Yeah. He's a number 3. He's not a number 1. He's not the slot receiver. He's an outside guy. So you're going to say, I'm going to get rid of who's playing number 1? And you're going to take your best slot guy and make him the number 1?
Go and draft Jameson Williams.
Okay.
How about developing Cedric Wilson?
Yeah, that's true.
Ced's your number 3 guy.
I mean, I would think that he would
I
be.
want to see CD, so that's kind of a conundrum.
Yeah, and it may be that it may be that it's a priority to try and figure out how to sign him at the right price, but it doesn't mean that they will get him signed.
What about Simi Fehoko? Are they going to try to develop him for? Maybe we can use him next year.
I sure hope so. And he's any of y'all play fantasy football? Yes, no. I know Troy does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Dynasty fantasy football. You draft a team and you manage that team for however many years the league
dynasty
lasts.
Right?
You don't get a new team every year. Simi's going to be one of those late round guys that take a flyer on and hope that they develop him so can use him. I like what he's got with the body and the skill set, but can they develop him? They brought in the new wide receivers coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We should bring in a new offensive line coach.
Mark, do you think we need to get Colombo back or what?
I don't think
Colombo's still there.
No, he's not.
Colombo ain't there.
No, he's not there.
Joe Phoeben is our offensive line coach now.
With the Giants,
Colombo
fight
is
with Joe Judge.
the coach.
Colombo, yeah, he got kicked to the curb when Mike McCarthy came in.
Oh, I thought he was still there.
I wish he
I
was.
saw something about Mark Colombo.
He took over for Paul Alexander, Mr. Ketchup Bottle. His whole thing was if they know to tap the 57, then they're intelligent enough to be an offensive lineman. It's like, okay, here we go. And then we had the wide receiver coach. Oh God, what was his name? Who believed in carrying bricks?
Oh God, from San Francisco.
Sanjay Lau.
Wow,
Sanjay.
Yeah, so he was having practice where they didn't actually catch the football. It was all about precise steps, and that there's a lot to that. But then having them carry bricks after practice. I know I've carried bricks because I do construction work, and usually my hands start to cramp up. Okay, they're kind of numb for a few days. So I've got to I don't know that I want my wide receivers to have to do that manual work and all, unless he was trying to get their hands kind of rough to be able to stick on the ball a little bit better or something. But we've had some interesting coaching hires that have been there. It seemed like we were trying to get the all-star coaches, all guys that were former coaches. Mike Nolan and Joe Phoeben and all that, and say, we're going to bring all these guys because they've got a lot of experience. But, it was experience as a head coach losing.
The guy I want the most, Mark, is Daxton Hill from Michigan.
Okay. I haven't started looking at the prospects and stuff yet.
He's going to run in the 4.3s.
Nice.
It's been nice talking to you guys, but I got to go walk the pup and eat some lunch.
You gotta leave us too? That quick?
I like that Drew Pearson right there behind your shoulder, Mark.
Drew, oh, it's beautiful. It
kind of looks just like that one.
It really does. Well, Stu, we'll talk to you later on and tell everybody the winners of the leagues that they're coming. They're coming.
If those Jabardis will be coming, Mark's just.
I want to do something special, but I got to figure out how to do it. See, if they were sending me a picture, I could, I cut that out real easy. But I have to be creative with letters.
If there's any winners of the JSR leagues from this year, all you guys are going to bump up to JSR 1 and play next year with Mark and Philly 500 and.
I got to play again.
And those guys.
I got to play again.
You've got to play again.
I'm sorry, that fantasy football mentality of trade Zeke for, like 3 number ones and
keyboard once this year. No, all you got to do is open up the show and let us draft and talk football.
Hey, it took Mark getting Dak from me to win the league that I had Dak in.
Did I actually win one?
No, Mark didn't.
Well,
you say I didn't win shit.
I did that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I didn't win nothing.
Well, we had the complete set. We had Dak in all 5 leagues, and then Corey traded Dak for Herbert.
Carolina Cowboys is right. Drew Pearson did throw shade on Dak. I'm sitting here looking at all of the issues, and I'm not saying that Dak isn't part of the problem. Everybody's got to get better, but when you got running backs that aren't getting 50 yards in the games, every game we won, we had 100 yards. And I think that's because the way this offense, which is basically the same offense we ran back in the 90s, is predicated on being able to run the football. You got to have everything literally perfect for this offense to work. Whenever we haven't had the running game, it's shit.
It was tough watching that running game. I'm in a damn wheelchair and watching the game and thinking I could do better than that.
I want you – okay.
Give the ball to Pilot more.
Yeah.
Here's how I can prove my point on this about this offense. Okay, the Dallas Cowboys coming off of a Super Bowl with Troy Aikman and the greatest offensive line in the world and everything, right? Emmitt Smith says, kiss my ass, give me my cash. And what happened to that offense those first 2 games without a running game?
They fell off the face of the earth.
It's the fucking offense. I'm telling you, it's the fucking offense. Everybody's Dak is garbage because he can't lead it. It's
they
the
were
offense.
Shut out by the eventual team they faced that year in the Super Bowl too.
Right. This offense does not work without a running game.
Y'all have a good day, everybody.
All right, peace out, Stu.
Take care.
All right. But that's how you know. That was with
See you later.
everything, Troy Aikman and all, because people say, you can't talk about Troy Aikman. He's the greatest quarterback. Okay. Troy Aikman couldn't win with the Super Bowl Super Bowl team without being able to run the football. Point blank. So that's my argument, convince me otherwise. So,
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
I'll be at the Cowboy draft party in April.
In Dallas?
Yes, sir. In Frisco.
Nice. I am debating on whether to go to the draft in Vegas. I think DMV's going, and I'm thinking about it. Thinking.
Yeah. Have you ever been inside the practice facility, Mark?
No, actually, every time I have gone down there, it's either been closed when I've been through there, or I didn't have enough time because I was down there when the Super Bowl was last in Houston, and we flew in and into Dallas. We said, if we made our reservations originally in Dallas in case the Cowboys were in the Super Bowl, that we'd be leaving Dallas after the parade. And so when we got there, it was like we didn't have enough time because we had to get to Houston. And then when it came back, the same thing happened. It's like every time I go, it's always something that doesn't allow me to do that tour. The stadium, done that like 3 or 4 times, but have not been to practice.
Yeah, you'll like the practice facility. It's huge.
But, sometimes I think all of the gadgets and all of the stuff that the Cowboys have, to the rest of the NFL, it's like they're the rich kids. They're the spoiled brats. When you hear Juju talk about the locker rooms, it's like, man, this stuff's, is beautiful here. We still have these old-ass wooden lockers that look like crap. And other teams come here, and it's like, they the poor kids, and they're coming to steal your bike. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we get bitch slapped. They come in here like, oh, man, they got it like this. Man, fuck these motherfuckers. We're going to show them something.
Mark.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I've been saying that for years. I often wondered, even going back to, years, I often wondered why teams like, Detroit, we always got everyone's A game. They could look like trash against everyone else, but when they played us, they would give us I'm like, why? Everyone gives us their A game.
Here's the thing.
Always.
For Detroit or somebody like that, that's their Super Bowl. You beat the Cowboys, they're gonna be talking about you. And here's the thing. If you're watching TV every freaking day, I'm sick and tired of hearing about the damn Cowboys, that they're Super Bowl favorite and they're this and they're that. Yep. You know what? Screw the Cowboys. And that's what you get every freaking time. And the Cowboys
go by America's team.
And I hate to say it, but I think so many of the players, we them boys. Y'all haven't done shit to be them boys. You're living off of the guys like Drew Pearson and seriously, and all the ones that came before you that earned all of those rings. And what kills me, I'm still bitter. I'm still bitter about the Hall of Fame because I was there and I'm sitting here with the greatest Dallas Cowboys of all time. I'm looking at Charles. I'm looking at Roger. I'm looking at Tony Dorsett. I'm looking at all of the greatest. Bob Lilly, here. And people didn't care about those guys. And I'm like, how are you going to say we got 5 rings and y'all don't care about a single one of those people that earned them or know anything about them?
Facts, Mark. Facts.
That's where, unfortunately, us Cowboy fans are spoiled and feel entitled to something that we haven't earned.
Right.
And until you go out there and earn it, and I hope that the players don't feel that same way as well, because, you get all that attention and, all that love and all the talk shows and stuff. You start believing all that hype and thinking all we got to do is show up. And you go against some guys that are hungry for what you already have, that's where they kick your ass.
Every time.
Every time.
San Fran was hungry when they came in.
Oh, man, they came in with the boom box, and they're like, psh, 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 fuck y'all. Okay?
They weren't scared at
and
all.
They weren't scared to go to Lambeau Field either. They went in there with Aaron Rodgers. Psh, 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 and now, everybody knows I'm a Dak fan. Okay? Let's be clear. I'm a Dak fan. And that's, if you're not, that's cool. I'm okay with that. But I'm sitting here listening to everybody that was talking about comeback player of the year. Well, he didn't deserve anything because he didn't make, Joe Burrow made it to the Super Bowl. He lost. He sucked. And I'm like, okay, I can understand that. I understand your point of view. Then explain to me Aaron Rodgers getting MVP. Right?
Yep.
It's supposed to be a regular season award, first of all. Aaron Rodgers one and done in the playoffs as the number 1 seed. So how does that work?
Oh, Mark, he's a bad man.
He's bad in the playoffs since that Super Bowl.
He lose every time.
And the funny thing is I'm sitting here, when they hear, oh, Aaron Rodgers might be, he might be on the block. Let's get rid of Dak and let's get Aaron Rodgers. It's like, you realize Aaron Rodgers isn't winning Super Bowls anymore, right? That he's not in. I mean, if it's only just the quarterback, and you say he's the greatest, then how come he's not in the Super Bowl every year? How come Russell Wilson isn't every year? Because you're saying that the rest of the team and what they do doesn't matter. Am I correct on that?
You're absolutely correct, Mark.
Well, Mark.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you feel like I feel all these people, because you have to be careful when you ask for something and then you actually get it and it's not what you expected. You're kind of stuck with it for a time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you compare Sean Payton's statistics with Mike McCarthy's,
the same guy.
Why is everyone so, we want Sean Payton when he's no better? I'd rather have Dan Quinn because he gets these guys motivated.
The grass is always greener on the other side. That's the way we always think.
But here's the best part, guys. We already have Dan Quinn. He's on our team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on our team.
Well,
he's in the building. Trust me. These guys have true pedigree. And you can't
If Mike
tell
McCarthy
me.
don't do nothing this year, he's gone.
well, the big question is, first of all, what does Mike McCarthy do? Because he doesn't call the plays. He doesn't call the defense. He pointed out at the closing thing, they said, well, how come you don't call the plays? They said, because the installer calls the plays and Kellen Moore calls the play. So he basically, that's the guy.
Throwing shade.
He threw him under the bus. Now,
You know what?
Throwing shade.
I don't even call it throwing it under the bus. It's the same thing that our boy Jason Garrett had to do.
yeah.
Jason Garrett is Kellen Moore the play calling duty.
They got him powerless. He don't have no power.
Well,
This is what gets me.
what's that?
This is what gets me. How Mike McCarthy was sitting there saying, "Oh, well, the players they were nervous for that San Francisco game."
Yeah, I'm
And
like,
well,
that's
if
what
they're
supposed
nervous,
to be your
why
job
you
right
trying to
there.
Get them motivated. That's your job.
I
Right.
was at that Cowboy 49er game, and there was referees in the end zone shaking and popping 49er players' hands and helmets.
Oh, you was there?
I was there,
Mm.
and there was
Okay.
referees clapping and shaking Niners players' hands.
Man.
That's why every game we play has to be our A game. We have got to eliminate the mistakes because we're playing the other team and we already know we're also playing the referees. So if you can play mistake-free football as much as possible anyway, is all I'm saying, then the game won't be left in the hands of the referee. It's not going to come down to the last play of the game.
And
If
Roger
everyone's
Goodell was
doing
at
their
that game
job.
too.
Yeah, well, speaking of Roger, they're negotiating a new contract for him too, by the way.
Yeah, we all started hollering, "You stupid! You can't do that!" at that referee.
Yeah.
No slight on Dak. If Burrow's a better player, Burrow's the number one overall pick. Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn, I'm okay, and Kellen Moore. Well, the thing that kind of still surprises me is you hired Mike McCarthy, who ran a West Coast offense. Why is it he defers to Kellen Moore, who has won nothing in his offense?
Exactly.
That shows he don't have the power. He really not. They stripped him. He just a Garrett with a Super Bowl.
Which is going to be interesting to see what they do this year. Is he going to call plays, and is the offense going to evolve?
I believe if Sean Payton was to get, he won't power. He ain't
And they
gonna
won't
come
give
down.
that to him, so that's why he won't come to Dallas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Jerry
Mike
loves
McCarthy
him.
has to get
Jerry
back
will
in-
give it to him. He
Mike
loves Sean
McCarthy has.
Payton.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Mike McCarthy has to get better at time management.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, without
But
a
he
doubt.
ain't gonna be better because he don't have no control.
That's,
That's why he don't pay attention to the time.
But here's one of those things that make me go, what the hell? Remember they hired Cam from the Giants as an offensive consultant.
Oh, you
Ben
talking
McAdoo.
about
Yeah, Ben McAdoo.
Ben McAdoo.
But think about that for a second. We didn't hire a defensive consultant for Dan Quinn, did we?
No.
Shouldn't Mike McCarthy be the consultant on the offense? Why do we
Should
need
be.
to have a consultant for the offensive coordinator in the offense?
I wonder if maybe this is the hot seat for Kellen Moore.
Oh, it definitely is.
Kellen Moore needs to go.
Yeah,
They
That's-
tried to stop him when he
that's
kept
the last
interviewing.
piece of Jason Garrett right there.
And that's why they bring McAdoo in.
Yeah, but okay.
Well, McAdoo got a job somewhere else
With
now,
Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But okay. Let me be clear here. If you hire me as the contractor to build your house, are you going to turn around and say I need a consultant to help you with your job?
Of course, Mark, you don't know what you're doing.
Then why not just have okay? If you got to get a consultant to tell the guy what to do, then why don't you just hire the consultant?
The consultant, yeah, no kidding. My God.
Seriously,
Fits.
if you got to have somebody else to go ahead and do that, then you need to have that person as well. Because now you got too many damn chiefs
That's right.
Let me
and not
ask
enough
you something,
Indians.
Mark. Let me ask you something, Mark.
What's that?
When you and I were in the 90s, as probably CJ and a couple of others. You remember those great walls on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What made them so great?
The offensive line and the defensive line.
Yeah, what made both sides of the ball that much better?
They were aggressive and they got studs. They actually went out and said, "We need these guys." Okay.
We didn't have prima donnas on that team.
No.
I don't think we did. If they were, they kept it to themselves, or they did something else to not shine it in the limelight.
Oh, we had a prima donna.
Oh, I'm
Michael
sure.
Irvin was a prima donna.
Welcome, Edward Dozer, new channel member. Shout out to you. We got you in the
Michael
drawing
Irvin
for tomorrow.
Produced. He had
Yeah.
results.
Oh, no doubt.
He had
No
results.
doubt. No doubt. But he was a true prima donna.
Here's my point with this. Here's
Mhm.
my point with this. There is no chemistry on either side of that line, on either side of that ball.
All right. Well, okay. Let's be clear here. We have decent edge rushers. Okay. We
Yep.
had great when Micah was actually out there. But interior wise, we had Tristan Hill, who, again, another guy who said he'll be ready by training camp. Okay. This is why I keep saying, as they keep talking about Michael Gallup will be ready for training camp, they told us that Tristan Hill was going to, and he played 6 games.
Yeah,
Somebody's got a bad hum in there, Mike.
I think it's Perry.
Perry? Somebody's got a
Yeah, I'm
bad.
turning it down.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
there we go.
but our defensive line, Brent Urban actually played really well at number 1, but then he got hurt about week number 6. That's when the defensive line started going downhill. Now, Gallimore, I think, is still going to be really good. Quentin Bohannon is still very raw. He only played about 20% of the snaps, and he needs to get his technique better.
Yeah,
So
technique-wise, I think you hit it on the head there, Mark. I mean,
he plays
technique
the
is
titty
just-
games.
Yeah, they're just not there.
Yeah.
The technique isn't really there between, the interior.
Stacey, okay, let me explain what I mean by that, okay? Okay.
I watched your video. I thought it was hilarious.
But no, that's what. Look, if the guys are rubbing chests together, you're too high. It's the low man that wins, and that is Tyler Baddish's problem. He snaps the ball and he's upright, and you can't listen. You can't.
You gotta go low.
You have to be low. You have no balance. You have no strength. You need a low center of gravity. And you see
Exactly.
Quentin Bohannon, he's upright, and so it's chest to chest, and he doesn't get the pressure. And that's what they used to call him, at least in high school. They says, don't play titty games with as a lineman. You can't.
Yep.
You're going to lose every time. And so
I learned what that meant today, Mark. I watched your videos. I thought it was hilarious.
he's like, oh, my side. Don't play titty game. Okay,
Well,
we're all
okay.
adults here. Okay.
This is the other thing I want to know.
What's
What's a
that?
No
holding
children
call?
here. We're all grown folks.
There you go.
Okay.
What's a holding call and what's not? Because if you got your fingers interlocked on the inside of their their shoulder pads.
It's supposed to be as long as your hands are supposed to be within your shoulders. That's the thing on there. You can have the palms of your hand and all that, and you can grab, grab. Okay, but they're not supposed to go outside of the pads. Now, I've seen other teams, guys, literally both hands wrapped around them, bear hugging them, and all that, and they don't call it.
You saw that in all the other playoff games, and nothing was called.
I'm just like, that's a flag on the Cowboys. That's a flag on the Cowboys.
They called it every freaking time on Dallas, though.
Yep. Yeah. Brian, I'm with you on that. I love it because that's exactly what everybody says. Trade Dak. And it's like, trade for who? Who? Honest question. Okay. I know I'm a Dak fan. I'm not going to dispute that. But everybody keeps saying trade Dak. And it's like, trading for what? Because I've seen people say trading for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, no.
No, I'm seriously, somebody early in the chat said trade Dak for Jimmy G. And it's like, first of all, Jimmy G will probably be cut, so you may not have to cut. I mean, you may have to not trade for him.
Maybe bring him in as the backup, but don't trade him
at
for
$20 million?
He may take a pay cut. You never know.
Oh, of course, because Randy Gregory's gonna sign for a $3 million deal because he's just happy to be in Dallas.
Yeah.
That's what. He'll take a team. I'm like, where is it who takes a team friendly deal?
Nobody these days.
I mean, unless you are Tom Brady and you've got a wife that's worth $500 million, you might. But guys don't take it. What is this team friendly deal?
I'll tell you what, Mark. Amari took a team-friendly deal.
Who did?
Amari, yep.
It still was okay, but that was still $22 million a year.
But it was team-friendly.
Well, technically, this is what kills me is people will say, Dak, if we hadn't paid Dak, we'd have a good team. And it's like, wait a minute.
Dak only accounted
It's like,
for what?
okay, so how come so for the 4 years that he made $4 million, how come we didn't have a juggernaut team right then? 680, and $2 million. Was that Jessica?
That was Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, how you doing?
I got something to say.
Jessica got something to say. Jump back. All right, what you got to say, Jessica?
I'm sick and tired of hearing all of this about this money and stuff. People, this is not y'all money. So I'm sick of hearing y'all talking about this money and that money and cut this player and that person gonna cost us. Ain't gonna cost you nothing. We not paying the people.
Yeah,
and that's what I keep saying. Because here
I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
If y'all want players on this team, playmakers on this team, or do you want mediocre people ain't gonna do nothing? Because why would we let our people go that we know are ballers, that we know got us this far? And the only thing that got in the way was Kellen Moore with his ego because he was mad because of what Cooper said. How you confuse Dak and telling him, don't throw to him, throw it to this one, throw it to that one, throw it to Joe, throw it to Cedric, don't throw it to Maury, don't throw it to CD. Why not throw it to them when they was wide open? Why not give them the ball? So that if you didn't see Dak face, why you think he be frowning sometimes? Because the man in his ear? Because what Kellen Moore is saying to him in his ear? Y'all acting like Dak out there just doing what he want to do because he want to do it. And that's why Cooper told Dak. He said, I told him. When he was talking, he said, I told him, Dak, go for it. Go. Change it up. That's his wingman. So, of course, he don't want them getting along together. Of course, he wants to come in and block what they have. Come on, people.
Troy, you're killing me, man. I saw that hostess cake there, man. I saw that, man.
Hey,
I'm on my
look, the chocolate. I saw the little wavy white icing on top. You know I'm on a diet, man. Look at that.
There we go.
Fuck you, man. Damn, you got a whole box of them. Shit.
Of course I got a whole box of them.
Man, listen, truth be told here, I have eaten a box of Girl Scout Samoas, one cookie at a time over the last month. While I've been on the keto diet. So it's just like I gotta get a little taste in there. Douglas's iPhone. What's up, man? Unmute your mic. And Edward Dozer. Unmute your mic, man. Say hello. Let us know where you guys are from, man, and what your thoughts on the Cowboys are.
Hello, everybody. It's Douglas. in Dallas, Texas, but right now visiting down on the Waco campus here down in Waco, Texas. So having a good time. Been a fan of the channel for a few years, so just relaxing and enjoying the conversation.
Well,
Long time
appreciate that,
Cowboy
man.
fan since birth.
Yeah, I feel.
Born and raised in
Nice
Big
having
D.
you.
Born
Well,
and raised in
welcome
Big
to the
D.
chat, man.
Thanks.
I figured I better get in better shape because I want to see the Cowboys win another Super Bowl, and I don't know how long it's going
Me
to take.
too. I done saw 3. I want to see another one.
I've been around for all 8 Super Bowls. All 8. Now, I only remember my dad being upset when they lost to the Colts, but I remember the Miami one. That one was great. But I just want to see it one more time, man.
When they chased Bob Greasy into quarterback shame.
Yep.
That was like what, a 34-yard sack?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was brutal. That defense,
it's still a record to this day.
Yeah. That's back when that's back when we had players throughout. And see, the thing that's been lost in the Cowboys, and I keep saying, it's the offensive line, it's the defensive line that's the difference maker on the team. The Cowboys love to get the Amari Coopers and the CeeDee Lambs and things like that, but they don't realize it's the Leon Letts and things that are in there in the trenches that make the difference, that can shut down that run. Those guys make the glory for the linebackers and the cornerbacks and the Deons. Yep. You can't think that, we just got edge rushers and you're okay. How many times have we seen bum-ass quarterbacks step up and make a great play? I don't care if you got Deion back there in your prime. If you can't get to the quarterback in 5, 6, 7 seconds, Deion's going to get passes made on him.
Yeah,
very true.
Who was it that chased him? Wasn't it Bob Lilly and?
I think it was Bob Lilly and yeah.
Bob Lilly and I was
we need a Russell Melvin. That's what we need.
Oh, Russell Melvin. Even Tony.
As you indicated, Mark, it's all about that line. Because even in this last Super Bowl, a lot of the analysts quickly pointed out that if Donald doesn't get there, if he's late by just a half a tick, that it was a man wide open for the game-winning touchdown because the Rams DB fell down, and so that's the difference in the championship and not
just in the championship though. But you look at
offensive or defensive line can give you.
But you look at how Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers were both shut down by the pass rush. Okay, that killed them. It wasn't that their offenses scored a whole hell of a lot of points. It was that the defensive line kept the opposition down. This year, more than any year, you have to look at it and say defense is back in the NFL, and it's all about speed and having the big pressure in the middle. And that's why you got to put Mike out. To me, you got to put Mike on the outside. That's where you're going to get the most out of him on that edge. And if you have 3 bruisers on that line, he's going to be more effective.
I think we should move him around though, right?
I tell you what.
Oh, you could, but
move him to the left, move him to the right, but I'm telling you, his speed.
2 middlemen for San Francisco are not big name men.
They're not, and that's why I say you can get those guys relatively cheap, and if you have that guy that pushes the pocket, your outside rushers don't have to be quite as good because the quarterback can't step up and be comfortable. That's the thing people don't seem to understand. It's like, you got to have a great, edge rush. If you don't have the interior lineman, the quarterback's going to step up and take off every time. I mean, you remember seeing like Mitch Trubisky and Sam Darnold, having like 40-yard runs because we don't have a guy in the middle. We are the parting of the Red Sea. I can survey and see the whole field and find the receiver because there's nothing there in my face. Tom Brady, every Super Bowl he's lost, every big game he's lost, it's because the defense is right there coming at him in his face. And we can't, we're not coming in anybody's face anymore. Pause.
And it goes back to that technique that we were talking about, Mark.
Yeah.
If they don't have technique, if they can't get out of that 3-point stance quick enough and get low enough, it's not going to happen. It won't ever happen.
Now, we were night and day better this year than we were last year. And quite frankly, to have as much turnaround as we did with Dan Quinn in 1 year was amazing. You don't usually look for that much impact off of one season. it's going to be nice knowing that he's there again for another year, and hopefully he's able to take them to another step, and hopefully can get some better players to go out there as well. You know, you don't look at anybody on the defense and say, oh, my God, there's lights out. You know, I mean, yeah, Diggs, of course, and Micah Parsons, but who else on that defense do you really look at and say that a team really wants to target and really want to get? I mean, Randy Gregory, yeah, but you look at him and say he's one of the best in the business? No. You look at our defensive line.
You look at what Dan did. Dan had a plan for each individual player on the defense, including the free agents. Dan knew exactly what he was going to do with every single guy on that defense, and that's why they flourished.
Yeah.
I was looking at Curse, but Dan had a plan for him.
Yeah.
You know?
But again, the Achilles heel was we still gave up 4.5 yards on the ground. And come playoff time, that's the killer for us.
That's the meat in the middle that you were saying earlier. We need meat in the middle. And that's something we just don't have.
And they don't believe in. They don't believe in it.
That's why.
In 1996.
Yeah, I think too we have to stop paying a premium on projected talent. You know, love Randy Gregory, but you can't go make him one of the highest paid people in NFL in his position, and he has just not accomplished that yet.
Oh, but he's not going to. I mean, T.J. Watt is the standard bearer at like 28, but he's not anywhere. I mean, even if he's middle of the road, you're still talking about $15 million.
Yep.
You know, and I think that's about what he's going to get.
I don't know if he's just been as consistent as we need to be between injuries and all the other things going on. We haven't gotten a full 16-game season out of him yet, and then you're going to pay him $15 million.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right, Douglas.
Marcus Lawrence too. We shouldn't have paid him.
That's and here's the thing that kills me with with Jerry and them is if you don't want to pay somebody, that's fine, but don't. Why you got to run them through the ringer and then turn around and pay them what they wanted to begin with? Now you done made bad blood. You know, everybody. Oh, Dak is just greedy. Quite frankly, Dak's contract, they restructured last year. Already it was only 17 last year, cap hit, 18 million this past year. I mean, it will be 18 million this year. And that's what the Eagles paid for Carson Wentz just to get out of town.
Yeah. But see, this is Jerry's favorite time of the year. You know,
yes,
this
ma'am.
is where Jerry can play GM.
Mark.
Yes, ma'am.
What everyone keeps failing to remember is that don't fault Dak for the money he's receiving now. All of this goes back. This is Stephen Jones's fault because he wanted to wait. So don't fault him. Okay? Stephen Jones and his pension self is responsible. You know, when you're dealing with billionaires, that's why if you know the saying, you can't tell them anything. They know everything because they have all this money. They're used to being able to do what they want to do. So that's Stephen's fault.
As an apparition.
You know, I think Dallas has got their pick of some great defensive tackles out there that are free agents.
Right, and there's also a bunch in the draft too this year that that they're talking about.
If you're going to build that defensive line, I say you take one in the draft, maybe in the third round, and maybe see what you can find in free agency.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'm looking at the list so far this year. Outside of Brandon Williams, who made over $10.5 million with Baltimore.
Yeah.
Then you have Sue at $9 million. Yeah, these guys are all pricey. Don't go after them. You could get some real good talent. I mean, Malik Jackson's out there. He got paid $3.75 million last year. Sheldon Richardson's going to be out there again at $3.6 million.
Right.
There is some free agency out there that's really going to be good. I know we talked about it, or you've talked about it in the past. Jonathan Hankins. He's going to be a free agent this year. $3.5 million. So why not get one of these guys at the the bargain basement price of $3 to $4 million, and then draft one.
I agree.
I agree too.
We need to find Smith's replacement in the draft.
Yeah.
But Tyrone.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we definitely need to go to the offensive side too. But
what about Connor Williams?
Connor's going to be gone.
He's gone. Yeah, they're not going
to. I think Connor's been played out of position his entire career. That guy's a tackle, and we messed over it.
I think what they're going to do, either Lyle's gone or Tyrone's gone.
I think it's going to be Tyrone.
I think what they'll probably do is I think they'll move Lyle to guard because I actually think Terrence Steele is the best right tackle that we have right there. And I think unless Tyron Smith is healthy, he's our second best offensive lineman. You got to get him on the field. And I think you need Lyle Collins. I don't think he's as good on the left side. I think you put Lyle Collins at guard, then you can kind of stay with Badish at center, and then maybe you look at getting a left tackle for Tyron as a rookie there.
So, Mark, what do you think they do with that 24th pick then?
They're going to go best player available. You know what they're going to do. Stephen Jones is a Walmart shopper or a Kmart blue light special shopper. He's going to go through. He's going to get a player. He's going to get an offensive lineman here. He'll get a defensive lineman there. He'll get another cornerback and another linebacker and say, okay, we've got bodies to go in each of these spots.
Right.
And then we'll draft the best player available.
Personally, I think if it's me that's running that draft, I'm probably telling Steven and Jerry, let's trade it away and go to the second round.
Oh, no. No.
You're not really going to find much at 24.
Oh, wait a minute. You can always find value at your pick in the draft as long as you have someone to develop them.
Exactly.
But that's what I was talking about earlier. Nobody's developing these players. Nobody.
Dan the man is.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. Instead of having these coaching carousels, keep your coaches in place, get your players in, develop your players with your coaches. And I know this is a live here right now. We all know football is not going away next year. It's just not.
No, it's not.
Acting like it's going away next year. Take the best guy in the draft. Take the best guy that's on your team. Look, we got a Michael Parsons. He was a lightning in the bottle. We can't expect that. Yep. But when we got CeeDee Lamb, we knew what CeeDee Lamb was. We knew what CeeDee Lamb was. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So
that's why we need to build. We need to build around Michael Parsons, man.
But you got to develop them.
But here's the problem, though. Dan Quinn can't coach every position.
He's already coaching every position on the defense.
He's taking care of the line more than anything else.
He's already coaching every position on the defense.
Yes.
Roland, you remember the Kmart blue light specials too, right? Yes. Attention shoppers, we have the blue light special. that light siren going off.
Number 5.
Everybody running. Oh, what you got on sale? Some more cheap shit that's gonna break.
Hey, my mom used to work at Kmart.
All of us Generation X's remember the blue light special.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we all do it.
Heck, my mom lived for those Kmart blue light specials.
Oh, I'm telling
when
you.
she was working. They come home with armfuls of blue light specials.
Well, Samuel Rowe is right. They did develop actually Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele is actually really, really good. Draft a linebacker and a one technique D tackle and call it a day. Nah, we got to get help on that offensive line too. We got to get help on the offensive line, and we have unfortunately we have too many free agents. We have too many holes that we have to fill. That you're going to have to use some free agents. You're going to have to. I can guarantee you there's a lot of our guys that we're not going to. I'm wondering if they're going to re-sign Blake Jarwin. I'm sorry, Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
He's our local boy here. He grew up here in Utah.
He could, they could franchise tag, but that's $11 million right there. And he's a good catching tight end. He's not. I'm not going to say he's the security blanket or the game breaker, but his blocking skills.
Mark, if we don't sign a blocking tight end, what we're going to have to do for real is go out and get a legitimate fullback and just put a 2 tight end set.
Yeah.
Period.
I wonder if we use that franchise tag on Randall Godfrey, to keep him here one more year.
Costs you too much money.
Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I apologize. How's everybody doing?
All right.
Okay.
Good to see you, Mark. Love what
how
you
we
do,
doing?
man. Appreciate what you do always. I wanted to touch on the how we always talk about, sign this person, not sign that person. Listen, we got to understand, and we can't let owners off the hook. It's 31 plus bigot billionaires that in the year of COVID, they all made, each team now, over 300 million without one person in a stand. So when we talk signing this player, that player, whatever, we have to understand, and we as fans and fanatics, we're real fans. We have to understand that they can sign whoever they want to sign. Keyword being want.
Want to.
You have to understand that the salary cap was only made to just control.
I said that.
That's all we have to keep on remembering, and we understand that if they want to keep you, they'll keep you. There's no way you let a Des Bryant get out of the building. There's no way you let a Sean Payton get out of the building. There's no way, and your list goes on and on and on. You have got to stop letting these guys off the hook. They do this on purpose, and I hate to say this, and I love to say it. I'm 50 plus years old, praise God, but Jerry loves making money, and he makes more money over the last 30 years of us losing.
Yeah.
So when we talk about this player and that player, we have to start at the top. It starts with Jerry. And there's a lot of stuff that he's not doing. Yes, he will open the pocketbook, if you will, and write a check. But there's a lot of stuff that he's doing that has, quote unquote, cursed this team. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
He needs to go ahead and add Jimmy to the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that's bad karma there to say. Especially especially the way especially the way he sold. Tried to steal his thunder there at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Here it is. Yeah. You are one of 300 plus guys that are in there and all that, and here it is. Well, we're gonna put you in the Ring of Honor. It's like, hey, get away from me. The Ring of Honor. I'm talking about the Pro Football Hall of Fame right now, and you talking about the Ring of Honor, really? And then you didn't do it this year? It's like, I was like, the football gods came back at you.
And said, make sure you do it before I'm graveyard dead.
Yeah.
He said that too, Mark.
Definitely. But
like he was saying, yeah, right. Sure. I believe it when you do it, Jerry.
Yeah, I thought it would have been good to have done it at the playoffs, because that would have been kind of like, the bridge between the past and, maybe that moment that helped motivate the team and all that, maybe a chance to change the karma. No, that's good old Jerry.
But it's not no karma, Mark. It's politics. It's politics. That's why everything that we all us fans been saying, and finally that Miami coach has spilled the beans and done put it out there, and everything that we've been saying is really what is really been going on.
Yeah. Now, Maurice Jenkins, you kind of got me thinking about something here too. With the Cowboys not winning the Super Bowl and having that narrative that they're dysfunctional and having all that conversation, if the Cowboys actually won the Super Bowl, then what would they talk about? Is that literally what that might literally be the glue that's holding all the money that keeps coming in? That hate and ridicule that the Cowboys get. If they were to win a Super Bowl, then okay. Somebody's got their volume up on the background there. We're getting I'm hearing myself in the background. But it's kind of like, yeah, that would be kind of like, what would all the shows talk about?
Yeah, 100%.
Mark, they want to talk about the Cowboys now. Even we was out of the playoffs in the first round.
Right.
I was just about to say.
Like I said, yeah, you're right. We were long out of it and still talking about. But the thing,
we were out in the first round.
The people that why they ain't talking about the Rams? Why they ain't talking about them Cincinnati's and Rams? The Rams won the Super Bowl. Why they ain't talking about them people? Every day on social media, it is nothing but Cowboy this, Cowboy that.
Right. The Cowboys should be ashamed of themselves. They lost to the San Francisco 49ers. What the hell? And I was like, wait a minute.
And the 49ers didn't go nowhere after that.
Well, no. Yes, they did. They went to Lambeau Field and they kicked Aaron Rodgers' ass. They didn't say no. The Cowboys, Dak Prescott, listen, Dak Prescott should be ashamed because he lost to Jimmy Garoppolo, one and done and everything. And I was like, what about Aaron Rodgers?
We all know the saying. Cowboys team, you love to hate and hate to love. Either way, it's still love.
That's the case. I feel that myself because I've got people that love me and like all y'all wonderful people right here. And I got ones that are just as strong hating me. I spend all damn day just coming up with shit to try and
oh my God.
Hate on
I
me.
cannot believe the haters that come in on your shows there, Mark.
God.
Criminy.
It's just like, come on, man. I try and be a nice guy here. I give shit away at all. Oh, man, he a crook. And he's a Dak lover. He's on Dak's nuts. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
speaking of haters, all the Dak haters.
Uh-huh.
All the Dak haters. It's amazing how they hate on this kid. And he's a 4th round pick. Technically, he wasn't the 4th round pick. He was the
compensatory pick. Yeah.
4th round.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so he was really the 5th pick. And the kid gets so much hate. Do you really think you can just mistakenly win 50 plus games in this league?
Right. It kills me when people say, well, I'd rather have Quincy Carter. It's like,
oh.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
How have those quarterbacks that were drafted ahead of him done so far?
Well,
exactly.
Carson Wentz has sucked up a whole lot of money.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you.
I mean, out of the first 5 picks that year, 4 were quarterbacks?
Yep.
You know what was so great? Nobody said anything about Dak Prescott when he was making $600,000 a year.
Nope.
Oh, yes, they did. Yes, they did. They said, "Oh, we need to go out there and get us a 1st round quarterback."
Not a
man. He a 4th round quarterback, man. We need to get ourselves one of the first round ones.
They were talking tank for Tua.
Yep. They were. Yeah.
Let's do it. Tank for Tua. We want Tua.
Well, what my favorite was, how can you sign him to this amount? Oh, I won't sign him to this amount. I won't sign him for this amount. We are right now still hearing stories about Carla Winch, is what I call him. How in the world is there
a market still for him?
How is there a market for How is there a market for this kid?
Because there's no quarterbacks out there. The thing is people think that, you can just go out, and this is Stuart, you're not here. It's fantasy football. Oh, I can just go ahead and get somebody else and bring him in here and plug him in. They're going to be able to play. And it's like, take a look at, say, the Cleveland Browns, who every year just about drafted a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, and they thought they had one in Baker Mayfield, and we had Cowboy fans said, oh, man, I'd take Baker Mayfield over Dak Prescott anytime. There are other ones like, well, we should go get signed Johnny Manziel. He'll be better than Trash Scott. And I'm kind of like, okay. So now you got Cleveland basically saying, shit, maybe we can use Carson Wentz. That's how desperate they are right now. that they are actually thinking about Carson Wentz
guy-
with the Bears.
A guy
the Browns.
who gets paid to leave town.
This guy.
Okay, and listen to me. Listen, Dak's contract is being restructured between last year and this year. It will be $35 million on the cap, which is what. That's why I said it's not official yet. But what it will be is his compensation will be 18 this year. It was 17 last year on the cap hit. But of course, you always hear Skip Bayless, the $75 million quarterback, because he's counting the signing bonus. And so that's where people who don't understand how the cap works, well, if we hadn't paid Dak, we go ahead and, we actually could have a team. We can't field a team because we're paying that garbage-ass quarterback. And it's like, you don't even know what you're talking about, dude.
100% right. Listen, if somebody paid me $35 million to leave town.
Yeah. And the Colts are about to pay 15 for him to leave.
$million to leave town, I would go into real estate, take my $35 million and go home.
Right, but the Colts are about to drop 15 to tell them to go away now.
Hey, Mark, remember the narrative. Once we pay Dak, we can't build a defense. How about the defense we had last year after we paid Dak?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But people ain't talking about maybe we shouldn't have paid Zeke.
Oh, crickets.
I love Zeke, but you cut him now, it's $30-some million to cut him.
We need to give Pollard the ball more. That's
there you go.
Yeah, whoever said that, I agree.
Well,
but
okay, but again, now of course, Zeke is better at blocking, and because we have the offense that we have, you need somebody who can block, as opposed to a West Coast offense that is quick hitting. That's a timing route offense that is about getting rid of the ball quickly, where you don't need the running back to block, where you end up getting the ball to the running backs in space so that way they can make plays without having to go through.
That's a great point. I really think they should use Pollard. You can even use Pollard as a starter. And have Zeke,
coming behind
people up late in games.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're gonna start Zeke, you gotta put Pollard in there a lot more. I know they're used to doing that third series is when they take Zeke out. That's every game. You watch every game. The third series
down
comes out.
Third down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No, the third series. You have to go back and watch all the tapes. The third series is when he gets his first rest, his main rest. I'm not talking about on one particular series. The third series of the game is when they take Zeke out, unless there was a turnover or something. But the third series, if you put
are we getting Pollard back?
A lot more to start, I think we'll start a lot faster, because that playoff game, we started slow. And you can't start slow at home in the playoffs. You just can't do
it.
But is Pollard coming back?
Yeah, Pollard's going to be back.
Yeah, he is.
He's still under contract.
Yes.
I think we have Pollard for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 more years. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. And sadly, I can't say I blame Zeke for trying to get the bag of money, because you can look at, where Todd Gurley was. He got the bag of money and his knees went out, out like there. You think about, he's gone. You think about, from the Chargers, I'm having brain farts here, who wanted the money and they were like, nah, we ain't paying you. But running backs, by the 4th year, that's usually the peak. And from there on, they go downhill. You look at Christian McCaffrey. He got, everybody talks about Zeke. Christian McCaffrey can't stay on the field anymore. He's
been injured how many times in the last 3 years?
2 years.
Yeah. Since he got the contract.
Those years, he was gone the whole year.
Now,
it's been 2 years on his contract, but the last 2 years, I don't think he's played more than 6 games in either of them.
Now, see, those are all great and valid points. That's the reason why I say we should never question these kids getting paid. When these guys are at the negotiating table, whatever they negotiate for, they deserve $1 more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, these big billionaire owners, they have deep pockets. So when you talk about these injuries, these guys are getting injured because look how many times Zeke has banged into those linemen and they're cutting at his knees over these last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. He deserves every penny he gets. Dak, that's a bargain, that contract. And watch what happens when he wins 1 or 2 Super Bowls. we for many years as fanatics, we're like defense attorneys for Tony Romo. We all love Tony Romo because that was our quarterback. But right now, Dak is our quarterback. Show that same love.
There you go.
That part.
Yep. No truer words were spoken. But we're gonna close this out at 6:30 because I'm hungry. I gotta go cook my. We got some tilapia. We're gonna put in the air fryer for dinner tonight. But,
tilapia, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try and do it like fried tilapia tonight, keto style, because I'm trying to lose this weight so I can live longer.
Hey, Mark, I know this is a little off kilter, but I know from time to time you have a sip of rum with you. You need to get you some of this bamboo. It's bamboo rum.
Hold up. Hang on for a second.
Mark might have it.
Maybe you already got it.
He got something. He's going to
Forget he got a bar in there, so you know he got it in there.
Yeah, he got something in there.
You pulled it out of the bar.
Hey,
No, wait, what was it called again?
It's called bamboo, baby.
Bamboo. Okay, I've been given a few gifts over the years, so it's not this one, right? It's not Pratt. Okay.
Oh no, but that's a good one.
Now it's got a little metal here that's on the Pratt rum right there. Okay. Oh wait a minute. Look, wrong camera. Okay, so
yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, that was a gift from a fan, and then and what's it called again?
It's called bamboo.
Does it look like this? Okay, look. Somebody gave me this bottle here too.
Oh my God, that's it, bro.
Okay, it hasn't been opened.
I see you still take it.
Okay, I haven't hit that one yet. I got so many different kinds of rum that are over here.
Oh my God.
Okay, I've got some of the. We were in Puerto Rico and we actually bottled a bottle of rum that was there. And it's like the 25-year, well, now it's about 28 years, so it's 2019. And I got the cork it. It's got Joe Boo's name on it. And it's like, I ain't opening that till we go to the Super Bowl.
I'm with you. Look,
you didn't open it yet, did you?
No, no, it ain't been opened. I won't open it till we're actually in the Super Bowl.
But I've got a Cuban cigar especially for the Super Bowl, and I'm not a smoker.
Yeah, I've got some Cubans over there, too. And I agree with you on that. We need it for the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
But this was fun. I don't know how everybody out in the audience out there, if you enjoy this or not. Let me say shout out to all the channel members. I think we need to do this every Sunday because I miss football. I need.
Oh, that would be real cool.
Hey, don't forget you got the USFL coming up in April.
Agree.
You know what? I ended up getting suckered into the other football league.
The XFL.
The XFL. We were at the very first game because we came back from Miami from the Super Bowl, and that next weekend was the very first game. The first game that kicked off was in D.C. We were there freezing our ass off at the Nissan Center. Actually, soccer stadium that was actually pretty nice. It's actually a lot nicer than what FedEx Field is. And I got hooked into it. I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And all of a sudden, the whole thing folded.
I kind of liked it. Well, they had to stop it because of COVID.
I liked what they did with the extra points and stuff, and the way they did it. So that way you could get more points if you needed to. I liked the way they did the kickoff.
Yeah, the receiving teams, they had to put that line back, around the 30-yard line?
Right.
So that gave them that whole wide field to do whatever.
It was actually exciting. But, I got suckered into it, and then all of a sudden it was gone.
Yeah, I think they had to stop operations because when that COVID outbreak hit.
Yeah, right. That and they ran out of money, so
that
was all of the above. Yeah. But this was definitely fun, and so we'll probably try and do this like each Sunday and stuff. So if you're a channel member, you can go ahead and chime in and be part of the panel and everything else. I appreciate everybody who's been out there. But I'm hungry because Troy was up here eating all those damn Hostess cupcakes and shit, making me look. See, you're just a tease. Yes, yeah.
I got a announcement. I don't know if you knew. I started my own channel.
Okay, CJ, go ahead.
And it's called The Codis Show.
The Codis Show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I with Cowboys too. So
yeah.
But I don't do what you do. You the king of it.
I don't know about that.
I'm inspired. I've been inspired, through you mostly. But I do, mine is different. Everything that I do is different. It's more of a informative type. I did a few things on the coach from Miami that just got fired, and the new coach in Texans, and so I would like for y'all to, if y'all would, give me a little help, because I just started in October. I did, I'm like 33 subscribers right now.
Okay. And also too, Roland's review. Definitely check out Roland, because she's done some great work and stuff with dealing with Jim Crow era individuals that she's interviewing, live streaming stuff, with being Black History and everything. Definitely check her out. Kig Mega, what's up, man? Before I get at it, let me just say, it's great to actually put a face to you guys. What's up, Kig Mega?
Mark? What's up, bro?
Not too much, man. We were getting ready to get out of here, but you came to the party, so we can't close it down just yet. Tell us something about you, Kig Mega, and how you feel about the Cowboys.
Right now with the Cowboys, I don't know. I thought this year was maybe our year to do something.
We all did.
With the talent we had, and seemed like it went to a waste. And I believe our defense is going to still be good next year.
I think our team's going to be good. We're fighting against that whole curse of the NFC East where nobody repeats.
Yeah.
I think we got a chance on that. I think we got a chance. I'm going to still pound on and say it's going to be hard to do it because we got the big boy schedule. But, I look at quarterback situations throughout our division. I mean, we got the quarterback. I think our defense is going to get even better next year.
I think it'll be a race between us and the Eagles.
Maybe. I'm still not sold on Hurts.
Washington Commanders.
Oh,
Washington.
Now, Washington could be good if they actually get a quarterback.
Why do they got Cobra Commander as their mascot? I don't
get it. Oh, damn.
But he's silver and blue. I mean, why are they going to?
Oh, man. So the question will be is how long will Dan Snyder still have the team? Because they're on his ass. He's going to end up being like Richardson with Carolina. I think they're going to force his ass to sell that team.
Oh, look, you ain't got to run, bro. I ain't the popo.
All right. Okay, good people. I got to get up out of here and stuff. I appreciate everybody. We're going to do this next Sunday again. Roland, Stacy, are you doing another live stream at 4 next week? Okay, I'll find out.
She might be doing it.
Well, 4. It'll be 4 or 5 o'clock next week. We'll of course do what we always do. Shout out to everybody that's in here in the chat. We appreciate y'all. Keep the faith. Keep the faith, man. At least we have football to talk about. At least with the Cowboys, at least there's news. If you're like a Jet fan, they ain't got nothing to talk about. They ain't got nothing. And with that being said, let me pull out a good one here.
Hey, Mark, I got some more videos from the party that wasn't in the one that I sent you.
Okay.
There's some star-studded videos. I got some videos from Amir from the Blacklist.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a special video from Amir Aram.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I got another video from big dude, man, what's his name? The comedian. I got another video from him.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot them to you.
All right, cool beans. All right, so everybody just remember.
You play to win the game.
We play to win the game.
Ain't that the truth?
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire.